Happy Sunday, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels, and yes, we are getting back to our advanced directives, durable power of attorneys, and so forth series. But before we get started, brief disclaimer, real quick. Throughout the duration of this particular series that we are doing, for all sources of information and anything valuable, including how you can take care of getting yourself set up with a living will or a durable power or medical durable power of attorney. I'll include those links in there as well, just in case you need them, or just in case you'd like to deep dive a little bit more into the subject on your own time. All right, trigger warnings. I do have this channel marked not for kids for a reason. I do use profanity, and some of the topics we cover, like the Dutch Rotenberg Educational Center, have involved some very dark and triggering subjects. So if you have a child that is 16 and younger and they are watching this, you know, parent supervision is advised. Parental. Good God. Long day, long week, folks. All right, so I told you now with this series, after we went through the quick view, that we were going to do more of a deep dive onto each of the different kinds of advanced directives. And we're going to be starting today with the durable power of attorney. Now, I'm going to read this thing first, and then we're going to pull up some more information to go over that has a little bit more details. So, what does power of attorney? Sorry, oh my gosh, I can't talk today. Anybody who believes I'm not autistic should come see some of these videos when I first start them. If it's a particularly autistic brain foggy type of day and I start stumbling over my words, yeah, try and tell me that I'm not on the spectrum again, Karen. You never had any problems with speech? Please rewind this video. Find out if that's really true or not. Anyways, let me start again. A durable power of attorney gives someone else legal authority to act on your behalf, and it continues in force even if you lose your mental capacity. This is why, in particular, I wanted to cover this in depth, because this is about us trying to protect ourselves and each other as much as we can, because we're the only ones that are going to do so. Financial POAs give you agent financial powers that may include managing your assets, paying bills, and buying and selling real estate. That's not the one we're concerned with right now. But with things going the way they are, durable power of attorney for medical care, which is the one we're more interested in, allow your agent to communicate with doctors and make healthcare decisions if you are incapacitated and unable to make them yourself, or a court declares you so. That is my fear. As of right now, they cannot do so, but if anybody changes the rules or the laws at all, in regards to what they is considered as incapacitated, I know that sounds paranoid, but mother of God, how worse does it have to get before we start taking these steps? Because I'd rather be paranoid and have peace of mind than not be paranoid and get blindsided. You know, at least make the attempt to make sure our bases are covered. All right, let me go ahead and continue with facts, and then we'll click on that little link there. What does durable mean in legal terms? Durable means power of attorney continues in effect even if you're incapacitated. That is the important part. The way I have it set up is that durable medical power of attorney does not kick into place until I have been declared incapacitated. which means as of right now, I'm in full power. What I have set up is, should at any point my ability to make my own medical decisions is taken from me, that is when my mom's medical power of attorney automatically kicks in. You see where I'm going there? What is the best form of power of attorney? The best type of power of attorney depends on the reason you need one. If you want a power of attorney to make it more convenient to conduct business temporarily, for example, if you plan to be out of town frequently, then an ordinary power of attorney may suit your needs. But if you are also planning for a possible future where you may not be able to manage your own affairs or make healthcare decisions, you'll want a durable power of attorney. Oh no, folks, you want a durable power of attorney set up, ready to go, just in case. I'm putting it out there right now. An estate planning lawyer can advise you and create the POA document that's best for your needs. What is durable attorney in NYS? Now, not all of us, but those who live in New York State need to deal with it, so I'm going to go ahead and read it just in case. In New York State, all powers of attorney are durable unless otherwise stated. Go New York. A durable healthcare power of attorney is known as a healthcare proxy in New York. The New York power of attorney form also allows you to grant your agent the ability to give gifts or support funds to themselves or other people you designate. How does power of attorney terminate in New York? A durable power of attorney in New York terminates on the death of the person granting the power of the attorney, unless the power of attorney document specifies a different termination date or event triggering a termination. You want to put details in there should you ever, recover to the point that you are declared no longer legally incapacitated. Put in some stipulations in there now. First off, make sure you put in the stipulation that this control over the medical decisions does not happen until you are declared incapacitated. And then also put in there some safeguards, such as in a situation where I'm at this level of recovery, then the power of attorney is terminated at that point in time. Right? Make sure you cover all bases. Pay attention to the details, because if we don't, I guarantee you, those greasy bastards in the government will. All right, and this one here says, how long does power of attorney last in California? You can specify that an ordinary power of attorney will expire on a certain date or after completion of a task. If you sign a durable power of attorney, it will remain in effect until you cancel it or die. All right, folks, so I'm going to duplicate this because I'm going to need to make sure I can get this link for you all in the description box once I finish with the video here. And since I also want to link to what we're getting ready to pull up here, yeah, okay. So, types of healthcare directives. Okay. So this takes us back to the page that we were previously. Okay. Let's start your living will. Let me go down below here. Okay, we may need to go back a little bit. Sorry about that, folks. Thought I was seeing something there. Sorry, folks, you have to look with me. Ah, not anything we need to look at. All right, let me go back to where we were. I kind of got ahead of myself, didn't I? All right, folks, so that we're not looking at. Let me pull this up from Legal Nature here. All right, now we're going to go through the different types of power of attorney real quick. We've already gone over two of them, but just because I don't want to make this video so short. All right, so durable power of attorney, we've already gone over the difference. It stays in place even if the person is declared incapacitated. Healthcare power of attorney. This power of attorney is used to designate an agent or healthcare proxy to make medical decisions on the principal's behalf if the principal becomes incapacitated or unable to communicate their wishes. Medical power of attorney, another name for a healthcare power of attorney. So, same thing that this is here. They essentially all follow the exact same function as long as you designate it as medical power of attorney, which you're going to want to unless there's some financial needs that you have too, because otherwise, it's my optimistic nihilism showing, isn't it? I want you to think you can trust these people, but on the other hand, I've heard horror stories, so just be very, very careful when you're going through this in regards to who you trust. Okay? No, I wouldn't say use a casual friend. Let's put it that way. Now, who may act as your agent? In general, only certain persons who meet legal requirements, such as being at least 18 years old and of sound mind, are eligible to serve as an agent. Many principals choose to appoint their adult children as agents, considering factors like trustworthiness, compatibility, and family dynamics when making this decision. And a lot of us disabled folks will choose our parents, will choose our siblings, or if you're like me, and your backup plans have backup plans, it goes a little like this. Mom and stepdad are first. Something happens to them, automatically goes to my brother. Something happens to my brother, it goes to my uncle. You know what I mean? It's always good to have backups, especially right now. The world has apparently lost its mind and did not give any of us notice. So, making sure you have backups just in case is not a bad idea, considering what's going on at the moment. Communicate your wishes. We're going to read over that real quick. Fill out our form, which they provide a form here. You'll see that, of course, in the description box. And determine whether your power of attorney will be limited in either scope or duration. Remember, I told you details are important. If you don't pay attention, the government sure as hell will. Or general and durable. You may also determine exactly which decision-making powers you wish to grant your agent in addition to any special instructions. Of course, you got to review and sign. It's got to be notarized in order to be valid. Several states require witnesses to the signatures as well. I had to go through that during the workshop. I did love the fact it was a one-stop shop, that workshop that we set up for everybody that day, because trying to get all of that together separately, especially if you don't drive, is a feat of engineering. I still would have done it, but oh my gosh. Talking about being cranky. I would need to take with me like an empty water bottle and like make sure there's like chamomile tea in there. All right, of course, distribute copies. We've already gone on with this, like just like you would do with a living will, but we're going to go ahead and read it anyway. Once your power of attorney is complete, copies should be made and distributed to all parties, including the principal, agent, and any third parties that may involve the principal affairs as they pertain to the scope of the power of attorney. All right, now we're going to go here. And that's where we're going to stop for the video because we get enough propaganda. I'm not going to force you on it on my channel. Unless it's shilling for Silver Dollar City because, yeah, sorry guys, you're going to have to deal with it. Avoiding guardianship. By designating an agent through a POA, you can prevent the need for a court-appointed guardian or conservator, which can be costly and time-consuming. Not to mention, if you guys all watched the Britney Spears saga, it is damn near impossible to get out of a guardianship. If you were put in that guardianship against your will, the type of battle you have to engage to turn over a guardian or a conservator is absolutely insane. Now, if you are in the type of guardianship that is complete and total to the point where your guardian can control who you can go see and can't see, or the people who can see you and who cannot see you, it's going to be a little difficult to be able to mount up a legal challenge when that's what's going on. Financial management, which we won't worry about so much. Healthcare decisions. A healthcare POA specifically authorizes someone to make medical decisions for you if you are unable to communicate your wishes. Clarity of intent. A well-drafted POA clearly communicates your wishes, reducing potential conflicts among family members about your care or financial management. I am more interested in avoiding the potential conflicts with the idiots currently pushing disability policy right now in politics. I'll be nice. Potentially saving significant, sorry. And then asset protection. Yeah. Flexibility. You can customize a POA to be as broad or as specific as you want, tailoring it to your unique needs and circumstances. Whereas even trying to get a slight change in a guardianship, damn near impossible. Peace of mind. Having a POA in place provides comfort, knowing that your affairs will be managed according to your wishes, even if you can't do it yourself. I like the peace of mind simply because the protection it provides me. Because as corrupt as our current government is, if it provides me nothing else, it at the very least provides me time. And time can be the most crucial thing of all considering our current environment. Convenience, which I don't care. Protection for the agent. A properly drafted POA can protect your chosen agent from allegations of financial abuse by clearly outlining their authority. Details are important, both medical and financial. So, if you go forward with doing an advanced directive such as doing a durable power of attorney, be as detailed as you humanly can. All right. Now, the rest is just propaganda for this particular website here, so we're not going to be really getting into that. What we are going to do is go ahead and close out for this one, and we'll go ahead and continue on to the next subject within the Advanced Directive series coming up on next Sunday. But for now, we're going to go ahead and close out. We don't get very many views for this channel, and the few we do tend to get removed from time to time. So if you all would be so kind, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the comments and double check and make sure that you are still set up to receive notifications. We're going to be continuing on with this series as well as the series on HIPAA, down the rabbit hole, of course, and Medicaid, and we really don't want you to miss anything. I appreciate your time. And as always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Now, if you excuse me, I am extremely, I do mean extremely hangry at the moment. The hanger is very real. So I'm going to go get my dinner going, pick out my silent film for the night, and enter into my pseudo autistic bubble of nope within the bubble of nope. And I'm gonna be lazy. I'm gonna lay there, be a laser. Good night, everyone. I'll see you all next time.